I'm gonna be a cheeseburger. Woo! Yeah, baby!
Can you hear me? We could be legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know what's real. Escape reality. Hardwired.
I just realized it's totally dark in my room. I gotta turn on my light. Hold on. There it is. Oh, Jesus. Hey, guys. God, that light is so fucking bright. Hey, Google. Turn my lights on. That didn't change shit. That did not make it any better. Here, hold on. That one's way too dark. No, bitch! Go!
We used to look up at the sky and wonder at our place in the stars.
Okay.
This is the world you've made yourself.
I'm here.
Hi, there's.
Hi.
Now you have
Oh. When was the last time we played games? Not too long ago. I think the last stream we did, I was running around town and I was bitching at my family for talking about COVID.
no matter how hard we
Okay. I wouldn't really say bitching. This music's too quiet. So I just wanted to play Killing Floor. Mom and me plan to decorate more of the tree tomorrow.
say yourself.
So,
I can see
yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. I'm also gonna shave my head on the stream. So that'll be fun. And really kind of cringe. So,
2, 1, hardwired.
I don't know. Last time I shaved my head, chat wasn't happy. It was a surprise! Oh, that's fun. You know, it's funny, when we talk about Lindell, I always think of, I just think of calling them Nat. I just think of that. They've been cursed with the same curse that Token has been gifted. Token's real name is Troa, but I call him Token, and I'm never gonna call him anything else. I'm probably going to call Lindell Nat when I see them. When I talk to Tanis about Lindell, I would refer to them as Nat. God, I can never get
Disconnect.
OBS to sit in one spot for too long. It's okay, it's coming with my internet friends. Yeah, I believe it. It's a fitting name, honestly. Like it just calling you Nat is super easy. It's like when we had Victoria in the clan, we would just call her Vic. It's just that those 3 letters, it's just easy. I just like to refer to them as slut. I mean, you can do that. Kill 1,000 Zeds with headshots on any map or mode. We could do that. Complete the weekly Carry On Hamlet. We could probably try that. Dodge through kills, rewards healing. We need to be on Hamlet. Okay. Use the trader to purchase a total of 20 weapons that cost 1,500 dosh or more. Oh, and we're doing Krampus tickets again. So I think I have a couple of those.
Here we go. The mission is underway. Lock and load.
Oh god. The last time I played this game was on Halloween, that's why they're all making spooky noises, because I have my spooky effect on. Ooh. Oh god, the frames are just pausing left and right, I don't know why.
When you're done, I can reopen the trader pod. Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done.
So how's your guys' day going, chat? What'd you guys do today? What's up? I want to hear about your guys' weeks.
Glad you made it back.
I know we're in the middle of the week, so not much has probably happened, but... Anything new? Fallback, reload, yep. What was the other one? Magazine? No. Pink guy sucks ass. Yeah, yeah, you still have that going on. I forgot about that. I remember when my neighbor friend got pink eye and we just didn't want to be near him. Sorry, that's probably not... Not... I'm a horrible fucking person. Well, it's a good thing then. God damn it, I'm sorry, Felix. Oh, fuck.
I'm about to shut the
Oh, God. Well, when you're kids, we were young. When you're kids, you just think, oh, he's different, exiled. Like,
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
I don't think that applies when you get over the age of, like, I don't know, 10? I sure fucking hope not. Some people, no, we're not gonna get into that, never mind. Nah, but pink eye fucking sucks. I had it one, like, a million years ago, and it just felt like the inside of your eye itches, and you can't do anything about it, because you're just sitting there with bacteria in your eye. Did they give you, like, eye drops or anything? And by them, I mean, like, anybody? Yeah, that can help a lot with, like, the irritation if it burns.
Nearly cleared this batch out. Nice work. We can reopen the trader pod.
I would drown my eye, though, so, like... My family would be like, are you crying? I'm like, no. Just dying.
Get you restocked.
Still fucking ruins my days sometimes. Yeah, it's definitely not fun. What irritated the shit out of me is it's like one of the things you need to like see. People think I'm high. You could use it as an excuse, like, to get out of things, like... Well, you're not... I don't know if you're old enough to drive, but you could definitely be like, man, I can't drive, I'm too stoned. What happened to my camera? There it is. I don't know how that happened. Oh, yeah, I have a button. That's right. Dude, it's like, what is it? Strobe light.
Maintain the area's security.
Well, I've reached the point where I'm so happy to just be able to look around. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're able to see. Yo, what? It's a toy.
You know me.
We're fine. We're fine. We're not fine! Run away!
Don't mind if I do.
Holy shit, my wall! Oh, I had something I wanted, so... I wanted to, I'm gonna share a little bit of information with you guys about myself. I find stories about psychedelics really interesting. So, I've been watching this one channel about this guy who is reading stories of this plant called Datura. And if you guys don't know what Datura is, it's also known as Jimson weed. Jimson weed, aka Datura, will fuck your face. And it was really interesting to hear stories because there was this one guy who was like, yeah, so I had taken the drug and then like closed my eyes and I was in another room with more people that I didn't know. So this guy's basically saying I closed my eyes and it was like I just opened my eyes again in a different room. And then he opens his eyes, and it's a different room with different people. He then closes his eyes, and it's another room with different fucking people. I couldn't imagine fucking that happening. So it's like, hearing the story itself is like, whoa. Like, I don't know. Super interesting. I'm gonna add it to our media share. Like, I'll pull up RuneScape or something, and we can, like, grind later tonight and listen to Datura stories. Dude, no, it was fucking insane. It was interesting as hell to listen to. And like, these people would, like, multiple people that would use the word poison. So, like, when everybody collectively refers to a psychedelic as a poison, and that's the only thing they can think of when they, because it's the thing that, I don't know. Super interesting, super interesting. It's like when you're in that kind of, like, fucking tripped out state, maybe. Like, the only thing you can think of is, like, poison, you know? Like, this thing is poisoning me! I've been poisoned, you know? Because, like, when people do get poisoned and they, like, hallucinate from it, like, whether it be, like, snake venom or, like, cactus fucking juice from, like, I don't know. I only compare it cactus juice because, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender. They drank cactus juice and they tripped shit. But, I assume that it's like your brain just immediately sends signals that it's like, this is poison. Don't do that. What are you doing? This is poison. So it was really interesting to hear everybody collectively, universally say Datura is poison. And you're like, whoa, that's a reoccurring theme here. And like, people would also describe, like, they would, one person was talking about daddy daycare. They're like, the last thing I remember was putting my shoes on and daddy daycare, and then it's like I passed out. It was not even really like I passed out. It was like the passage of time just didn't exist. And I'm like,
secure.
huh. And they're like, yeah, but I was totally coherent and I could talk to people, and that's what people were saying, is that there's stories of people literally just saying, I smoked Datura or I ate Datura and then I walked around and I just was like a sim. Like I was an NPC and I couldn't control my body. Like, what? Like, you know the experience of, like, maybe not a lot of people have, but where you sleepwalk? That's like the way these people were phrasing it. They were saying, like, I was like sleepwalking. It was like, but I was awake. You know, completely conscious, not asleep. And I'm like, ugh, that's fucking freaky. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. And like, I can say for sure that I have sleptwalk. My mom can come in and can fucking vouch for me. I've sleptwalked multiple times. Like, that's a thing that has happened to me. It is scary. So this is one story. I'm gonna go wide for this. So when I was probably like 13 or 14, maybe not even, I was young, but my family, my dad, sister, and I went to a place in Oregon called Black Butte. Here, I'll see if I can find an image. But it's a really beautiful little resort place where you can rent out, like a little, like, place, you know? And you and your family can stay there, and there's trails and stuff. It's super beautiful. Here, let me pull up. Well, there's disassociation, which is fucking, I couldn't imagine that. That's not what Black Butte looks like. So it's just like it's like a little place. Let's see if we can find Black Butte. Ranch? Is it ranch? No, not ranch. Fuck is it? Black Butte Trail. Anyway, it was fucking not really like this at all. But there was, we had stayed at this fucking place, right? And the way the building was made up was there was a spiral staircase, and you could go up the spiral staircase, and then there was a room up there, and then back in the far back area there was a bed, one bed, a single twin, and then off to the side there was these two windows that you could look over into the living room and the kitchen. Like, it was super cool. And there were two beds right under those windows. That's where my sister and my cousin had stayed, and I was at the side twin bed over here. Apparently, at some point in the night, I got up and stood over their bed. And just kind of like... And then I went downstairs, got a cup of water, left it down there. I don't even know if I fucking drank it, but they looked... Apparently, this is what they said, is they looked over down at the fuck... Because they can see into the kitchen. They looked down at me, and they could see that I was not right. I was not right. And then I came back up, and I laid down on my bed. I woke up, and people were telling me that. People were telling me that. People were saying, hey, Ryan, do you remember what you did last night? No, why? What happened? Okay. We're gonna handcuff you next time you're asleep. It fucking freaked me out, dude. It still kind of freaks me out. But, story number 2. I might want to pull my mom in for this one. No, I could tell you 2 more, actually. So one was I had socks in my hands. I kept going downstairs and upstairs and downstairs and upstairs, and I was totally, like, sleepwalking, right? I had socks. And thank you for the follow, Claysteroni. Welcome. Yeah, sleepwalking's freaky, dude. It was the craziest experience of my life. Yeah, we're doing like a little story time. I had socks, and I was panicked about them, I guess, in sleepwalking mode. And my sister had this bedroom loft kind of thing, and I would have to walk out of my room, go through her room kind of, and down these stairs into our kitchen. I apparently went like down like I went up and down multiple times, like persistent, like something was wrong. And my sister goes, Ryan, go the fuck to bed. What are you doing? And I just turned around and went with the socks in my hands. I said, I just don't know what to do with these. And she goes, Ryan, they're socks. And so I was just like, she's like, just go back to bed. I guess I went back to bed. I never got back up. I just slept it off. But my sister woke up. When I woke up, my sister told me that's exactly what happened. And then one time my sister... Yeah, I guess I could talk. Let me... Mom! That's how you get your guys' mom, by the way. I'll call her. I don't want to get up. I don't want to leave you guys here. Fuck it. I'll yell from my door. Hold on. Be right back. Hey, Mom! Mom! Fucking... Come back here!
The back and forth.
Back here, hurry!
So messed up, don't ignore.
Anyways, so I like fucking fell asleep, and I guess I walked into my mom's room. Oh, ads, great, perfect, my favorite. I'm gonna wait till you guys are done. So you need to tell about. I need you to tell the story about when I was sleepwalking and I came into your room. What time? You can tell any time. I just need a time. I just need you to talk into the mic. Okay, so I fell asleep and I entered your room.
What time?
I know, I just start, go.
The last time Ryan did it at the Rainbow House, he came in and...
Hey, wait, I guess they're getting ads, so they can't hear us right now. They're getting advertisements. I'm gonna wait till they're back. But, I told them a story about when I walked through Tyler's room, and I had the socks.
Yeah.
And I said I didn't know what to do with these.
Mm-hmm. And
there
she said they're socks.
There was the time that when we were at Blackbeat with Quinn.
Don't know about the time.
You don't know about that time? Do you want me to tell you that story?
Well, no, I've heard the story, but I wasn't there.
You weren't there, yeah, but you know about the story about how I... So, I don't know what parts I could have missed out of that story, but I guess I just stood over their bed, walked down, got a cup of water, and came back up. Something like that?
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Something like that. Okay, they're back. So, I walked into your room.
Well, Ryan
Apparently I did this multiple times.
Ryan always looked like he was, let's see, Dewey on Malcolm in the Middle, kind of bebopping.
Hey, you don't need to talk about that. Talk about the fucking sleepwalking.
No, I need to talk about it because I can't show them.
Talk about the sleepwalking. What did I do?
You kind of, that's what I'm trying to explain. You came to the door and you were kind of like bouncing and like you had totally like left the building. And you'd knock on the door and I'd come to the door and you'd have some reason why I had to come to your room. One time you did it and I said, well, let's just go back to bed. And you went back to your room and you spread across your bed your hands and you said, here's Matthew.
Oh, fuck. That's my dead cousin, guys.
Yeah, he said, here's Matthew. And one time...
What the fuck? I don't remember that one.
One time he came to my room and he was dressed like Boba Fett but had Darth Vader's lightsaber and waved it over the bed and woke me up out of a dead sleep.
I was probably awake for that.
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Do you remember when John Cena was gonna beat me up?
Well, yes. Ryan's dad and I had just divorced and we moved to our own place and his sister came to my room and said, Mom, Ryan's hiding. Ryan's really freaked out. And so I went she's like, he's in the bathtub. And I went into their bathroom, and he was crouched down in the bathtub behind the shower curtain. And he said, Mom, John Cena's trying to get me. He's trying to kill me. So finally I got him all calmed down and back to bed. But,
how old was I, do you think?
7 or 8. The last time I really remember him being a weirdo he's always a weirdo, but the last time I really remember being woke up by him, he did the kind of bobble-headed walk was before my mom passed away. My mom's mother was there and he had asked, we called her Granny J. Granny J, what was your biggest accomplishment in life? And they talked about life and her...
Come stand here. Right here.
I don't want to be seen.
Well, you're going to be seen. Stand here.
They had talked about, where she lived growing up and where she, what she did when she was a kid and what her greatest accomplishment was. But then that night, I was in bed and he came into the room, knocked, and he was always wobbling.
I don't know why I was wobbling. That's weird.
You always did. And he came in and he says, Mom, what was your biggest accomplishment in life? And I said, you.
Aww.
And he said, okay.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Then I went to bed.
That was it. But he always had kind of Elvis left the building.
I wasn't present.
No, he was asleep.
Yeah. So, can I tell you what I was telling them about? So there's this plant called Datura, and it's a psychedelic.
Right.
And I was listening to stories about it, and there was stories of people saying, my dad knew I was on something, but he just kept asking me what I was on. And then I was thinking to myself, I was like...
I was on the planet, blah, blah,
if
blah.
I took Datura, not saying I would.
Datura is a drug?
It's a plant. It's like it's also called Jimson weed.
Is it a real thing?
Yeah.
Jimson weed. Okay.
Jimson weed, Datura, it's a plant. And so you can eat it. It's also called, I can't remember, it's also called devil something. But it's not good. You'd die, it's a high death percent. It's no good. But these people are telling stories about it, and they're like, yeah, my dad knew I was on something, but he was getting frustrated because I wasn't reciprocating because I was on Datura. But I remember being like, I don't know, because he's like, my dad took me to the psych ward because I was acting crazy. And I was thinking, I was like, if Kevin found me, he would just be like, yeah, he's weird. And Mom would be like, well, weird or weird? And he's weird and normal.
And we'd say, Ryan, get your shit together.
I think you guys would, no, but the idea is you would look at me and you'd go, yeah, he's acting weirder than normal.
Ryan's being weird.
He's being weirder than normal. He's weird, but this is a little different.
Is this sleepwalking?
Yeah, but the thing is people were comparing it to sleepwalking because they'd be like, they would take the drug and then
This was what you did.
Something weird?
Come to the door and you go, Mom. And I'd steer you back to bed. You'd say, okay.
Yeah, don't sleepwalk, guys. It's pretty fucking crazy. It's not fun. Anyway.
I don't think you knew.
No, when you wake up, you don't know. You wake up and they tell you, hey, do you remember what you did? And you're like, no. And then they tell you, and you're like, I don't believe you.
With socks in your hand, Tyler, what are these?
No, I said, I don't know what to do with these.
I don't know what to do.
And she goes, Ryan, they're socks. Go back to bed. And I would. I just went back to bed and I didn't come back out.
That just proves you should have gone roller skating with us.
What does that mean?
You stayed home by yourself and slept. If you had been out roller skating with us, you wouldn't have been such a weirdo.
That is fucking so back. That is so random.
No, it's not.
That is so. Chat? Are you following that? I didn't follow that.
If Ryan went and did shit rather than sleep all the time, he wouldn't be so weird.
If I went roller skating, I wouldn't have sleepwalked.
Ryan's a very good roller skater, by the way. He has mad moves.
You've never sleepwalked yourself. Well, it's definitely not fun because it feels like your body just kind of autopilots and you wake up and everybody's like, do you know what you did? No.
But by the way, Ryan is a very good skater.
Anyway.
Mad skills.
We gotta go back to playing games.
No.
Yeah, no, we do. Because
No.
it's been like way too many.
No.
We're gonna get another ad.
Just admit you were a good roller skater.
I was a good roller skater.
Okay, bye.
Okay, drunk. So drunk. Jesus Christ, guys. 2 things. Don't drink. Don't sleepwalk. Those are the 2 things. That's it. Anyway. Going back down. Oh god, I guess it went back down. Anyway. Yeah, that's that. Let's see. Let me read. I gotta catch up on chat. When I was little, I would roll around in my bed and have a dream that I was a ninja punching the wall. Like punching the wall in real life or falling on the floor. You guys ever get that feeling where you're sleeping and you're like totally out and you just feel like you fell into your bed and you're like, and you just jump up, you just fucking wake up for some reason, like you were falling? The only really sleepwalk I remember is going to sleep, then waking up in the floor besides my bed. Depersonalization is described as feeling disconnected or detached from oneself. Individuals may report feeling as if they are outside or observing their own thoughts or body, and often reporting a feeling of lost control over their thoughts or actions. Interesting. But this is what's freaky about Datura, is you don't even know you're depersonalizing. You're just asleep. You're not even there. You're not observing. There's no observation going on. You're just not in control. That's the scary part about the stories that I was listening to, is that everybody's like, yeah, I just kind of fell asleep and like autopiloted, and I'm like, what the fuck? What did you fucking do doing? And then a lot of the stories, they're like, yeah, and then I woke up and I was in a jail, and I was like, yeah, fun fact, I think our bodies does that not to depersonalization. That suck. Yeah, it probably does suck. You're probably like, I don't know who I am right now. I think what's probably scary about depersonalization is that your whole... Think about this, right? If you depersonalize from your body, doesn't that kind of change the rules of the world for you? Just for that moment? You know what I mean? Like, the way you perceive reality, if you're not perceiving it like everyone else, aren't you kind of like... I don't know, losing your shit for a minute? Aren't you kind of like, oh my god, does gravity exist? Like, if you're not in your body, and that's a rule that can exist, where you can just get taken out, how do you know that the rule that you don't exist, it can happen? You know, that's fucking scary to me. Oh, I think our body does that not to die, the feeling of waking up when you... Or the feeling of when you're falling when you wake... Oh, that'd be interesting. An observer of your own life and consciousness, like your arms and perception of body, is alien. Interesting. It's not that cool, not gonna lie. Depersonalization for me felt really depressing and stuff. It's weird. Doesn't sound fun, that's for sure. It definitely sounds like it doesn't go over well. Yeah, I don't know.
Last chance.
I think I've also heard experiences of people that say that they feel like the time goes on forever, and they just lose the concept of the time. It just feels like it goes on forever, and I was like, that sounds horrifying to me, because even me, just like, I sit here, and when time passes quick, I'm like, oh god, it's already been 35 minutes since I started streaming, and that to me is fucking scary, right? The passage of time going quick is scary. The passage of time going slow is scary to me. You know, like, something going too quick is scary, something going too slow is scary, you know? Does that make sense? Does anybody else feel that? Am I just being stupid?
Pussy got your attention, eh? My AK's got all the trimmings.
She look cool. Dude, I love how they always design the Killing Floor characters. Dude, you, like, when you're at a like, family get-together, and you don't know any of the kids there, right? You don't know any of the kids there. And your mom walks up and says, hey, this is Andrew, this is so-and-so's son. And you're like, ugh, Andrew, ugh, this kid. And then he looks at you and he goes, so you play Solar Ash, right? And you're like, yeah? What? And then you don't want to leave, and then next thing you know, you're leaving. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, ah, this guy's a loser, and then you fucking talk to him for like 2 seconds, you're like, this guy's actually pretty alright. And then you're leaving. Next thing you know, you're out the door, you're hugging family members goodbye, and then you don't see him for 3 years. Yeah, next thing you know, he's 22 years old, has a wife and kids, and doesn't have time to play video games anymore, and he's an entirely different person than when you met him when he was 12. That's growing up for you. That's growing up. He's alive, but you don't want to talk to him because he's a loser. Shout out to the real loser cousins that don't have families. You guys are the best. I'm showing so much shade to my cousin Danny and David. I love you guys. You really are the best cousins.
Make your choices.
Because you don't do anything wrong.
It's like an abattoir in here.
Dude, so this is like
The area's security.
but depersonalization can become your state of being and translate over to being sober. I mean, like, in literal sense, people can feel like that for years ongoing. Yeah, yeah. Psychedelics are crazy. I don't know. Definitely weird. Definitely weird. It's like, I always compare it to, like, server side and client side. You know how in games you have your server side and your client side? Like, no matter what happens on the client side, it doesn't fucking matter. It's what the server receives that matters, because the server's what makes the rules, you know? It's what tells everybody what's going on, not just the one guy. That's why peer-to-peer connection can be kind of weird sometimes. But psychedelics, if you think about it, like, the world around us, like planet Earth, is the server, right? And then we are the clients. When we alter our reality, we're not altering the world around us, we're altering our client side. I think of it like that, and I'm like, interesting, because that can make people basically be like, oh. And then people say it can also help with, like, PTSD, like with, some places in the world, for example, Oregon, my actual state, they're doing psilocybin therapy for veterans, and psilocybin is mushrooms. And I was like, interesting. That's kind of cool that we feel like there could be some sort of use for it. At least in the progressive sense of where we're like, at least we're trying stuff, you know? But it definitely feels weird to think about that people could be on psychedelics and that's what helps them function at work, you know? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying it's interesting. It's interesting. The one thing that mankind kind of was like, whoa, that's scary and freaky and I don't want to touch it because drugs, turned out to be one of the things that helps your cul-de-sac mother function. Humans are definitely weird. Think about it like this, Felix. When there's a roach in your house, you think, oh god, I have to get rid of this, I'm infested. And then you look under the floorboard and there's thousands of them, and you go, oh my god, I'm actually infested. What if you, like, you found a human in your house, and you were like, oh god, there's a human. And you opened up the floorboard and there's thousands of them. How do you think an omnipotent god would feel if it fucking found us under his floorboard? You know? I think about that. I'm like, we think about ants, and we're like, oh, ants are bad. That's like, got an ant infestation? That's pretty bad. You might want to get an exterminator. But what if you have a human infestation on your fucking galaxy? No. Most important thing, I think, in life is guarding your soul and kindness. A lot of mental health issues stem from feelings and meaninglessness. Yes. I think that the one thing that people need to focus on is just doing what makes them happy and not lament on the things that make them unhappy. But it definitely can be hard sometimes when it really affects you emotionally and you just feel like you need to get it out. And that's where I think therapy can come in handy. Just having somebody to talk to maybe sometimes. I don't know, like, when I think of simulation theory, I don't think of, like, it in an average way, like, where we're in a computer, or, like, what is to be simulated is... Maybe it's, like, maybe all life is a psychedelic trip that we're on right now, born as babies, injected in heroin, you know? But the way I see simulation theory is more of, like, the way that life has presented itself in scale is that there's always a smaller thing, you know? We always find something smaller, whether it's a quark, you know? Or like a Googleplex-sized fucking planet, you know? It goes from the smallest to like the fucking biggest. And I don't think that we're gonna find what is considered to be the biggest fucking thing in the planet. Or not the planet. We already know what the biggest thing on the planet is, a fucking whale. But in our galaxy? Like, how do we not know that there's just a giant fucking rock out, like, past the Milky Way galaxy, and that's just, like, a rock collected with humans and thousands of people on it, and we just managed to figure out how to do it, you know, hundreds of billions and thousands of years ago. It's like, we'll never know, because we're not there. And I don't think we'll get there, but that'd be cool. But it's like, there's so... I think that the way that our world is that it's so big and it's also so small that what are we even to consider what is comprehension and consciousness, you know? Is it the bigger you are, the fucking more existential you are? I 100% think there's more life out there. Oh god, what the fuck? What happened? What did Stream Elements do? Stream Elements, why? What'd you do?
Bring up the trading controls and upgrade your gear.
Let me see. Stream Elements ain't telling me. Stream Elements, are you looking to get unmodded? What happened, buddy? Clay, what did Stream Elements tell you? Did it tell you anything when you got timed out?
Last chance. I have to power down the pod.
But did it give you a message or did it not? Because if it didn't, I'm just gonna fucking tell it to eat a dick. I will unmod fucking Stream Elements right now just because I'm here. I'm literally here looking at chat. I can tell you if I don't like it. Was it too big of a message or something? Long text probably? Yeah, that's probably why. I think our limit is like 160 or something. Another nuke? God damn. Yeah, I got my my 24-hour paid mod. He's fucking paid 6 figures. He's rolling. Yeah. Felix, you're paid with experience. Every time you ban somebody, you get 14 XP. Every time you time somebody out, you get 10. Felix, what's your mod level now? Are you like are you max level or are you like... Are you min-maxed? Level 69. I was saying consciousness as a concept is mind-blowing. There's always a good perspective in anything. I was thinking about it like... Apparently, Jesus, that's a fucking lot of... I was thinking about it. There's some people that apparently experience sound and also color too associated with the sound. So, like, there's musicians out there that when they see a color, they think of a sound. Like a note. And then there's some people that when they think of a sound, they think of a color. And I can't remember what it was, but apparently this helps them somehow in their music world. But yeah, no, just the way that how people think. I think even the concept of being able to think That in itself is very, very like, oh my god.
You know me now.
Come see me. The pod's safely open. Nicely done. I saw the way you took down that flesh pound. It didn't stand a chance. Magnifique.
Yeah. Humans are pretty nuts. Oh fuck, dude! I didn't. Oh, I'm such a failure, dude. I need to add the stream sound effect where it's Aaron from Game Grumps going. Santa's going nuts.
Loving the undergroundness of this place.
Susie, we got a jingle jangle problem. Santa's going nuts. I'm pulling it up.
Wow! And presents just appear in these things on Christmas morning?
Yes, you know it. And...
Oh, jeez! Whoa!
Ooh, what rustled Santa's feathers?
Santa's got feathers?
Fuck. Guys, someone just double parked me with their sleigh. Looks like the chickens have come home to roost.
Chickens.
No, I'm sleeping. Thanks, Santa. I'm quite the night owl.
Owl?
Well, I heard there was a Santa in here. There is a Santa in here. I'm as happy as a lark.
Larks. Larks are birds, right?
So everything is essentially a walking contradiction, but also everything makes sense for some reason. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Everything doesn't make sense, but some things do. Some things make real sense, and they also don't at the same time.
Susie, we got a jingle problem on our hands. Santa's going nuts!
That bird ring?
Santa's going
Crazy as
nuts!
Susie, we got a jingle problem on our hands. Santa's going nuts!
That bird ring? He's crazy as...
God damn it. Fucking game rooms, man. That bird brain? Shut up, Susie, fucking fraud. Got her. My homies hate Susie. Susie hate thread and Twitter. Got him. Dude, I don't fucking give a shit. I also had sometimes where dreams were like 2 years later, a week, and a dream was reality. So like, yeah, like deja vu, where you're like, I swear I saw this before, and it's like you kind of dreamed it. I always think it's like, you dream about stuff, like if you think about it, like I thought about this. I was like, because I've had the same thing for fucking years. And I've always thought, and this has always been my explanation is, I don't live a very interesting life. I do the same thing pretty much every day. So in the circumstance that I end up doing something that I dreamed, like, is that really too hard to believe? You know? Like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I would think about doing that. So like, some things that I've deja vu'd on. I was like, whoa, deja vu. And I was like, I guess I could have thought about that, like, if I just thought about, like, I could have randomly come up with that in my head. But then there's some times where, like, there's no explanation. There's no fucking explanation. It's like something I've never done before, never would have done. I don't know where this came from. And then sometimes it's a blue moon thing where, like, a bird flies by my head, and I'm like, whoa. Deja vu, you know? It's like, I don't get that. The brain is so weird. I hate the nutcracker, goddammit.
Too easy.
Oh, I threw Dosh. God damn it.
Excellent. That's nearly all of them.
Yeah. Alright guys, we'll do a meteor quest after this. I think you've earned it. I say earned it. Like I'm not already gonna do it.
Didn't like that, did
flesh pound that will not be coming back, thanks to you.
There's this one video that Vsauce made called Our Momentary Lapse or some shit like that. And all it talks about is how, like, literally the human race has only existed for like a minute. Like, we've only been around for like a second. God damn it, the fucking... I knocked my mixer out. I think I did it again. What? God damn it. That cord's gonna go out. That makes me sad. So, I have a little... I should explain. When the audio goes completely out, that doesn't ever happen. But when the audio goes completely out, that's because my headphones got unplugged, when in reality, they're not unplugged. That port on top of my computer's fucked. So, if it wiggles weird, it might turn everything off. So I'm sorry. But we're fine now. We'll watch the momentary lapse video. I think you'll find that really interesting, Clay. Uh-oh.
That's nice. And that's just the first. Someone's taking notes. Come on, get in. And the Bostinator takes round one.
In specific form, I just don't actually know much of anything. We're designed to believe and have egos, so that's why we think we know things, I think. Yeah, I could agree. I feel like most things that people believe are designated around their ego and wanting to believe it because it makes them feel more comfortable. Or it's because of just being like, I'm a person, and this is what I think, you know? Being so grounded in your mind, I guess. Not even really grounded in your mind, just grounded in your way, I guess. I don't know. Because I could see that definitely in politics, for sure. When you see people act a specific way. Maybe everybody anybody who's like a diehard liberal, we have to like correct them. We have to like, diehard liberal, diehard Republican, inject them with Salvia Datura. Salvia Datura, acid, LSD, and fuck it, throw meth in there, and see what happens. And maybe politics will change. Maybe. Just a thought. If we add psychedelics into the political system, things might change. Just maybe. God, he is just not getting hit enough. He's dead.
It's a bit much. And the Bostinator takes round one.
President Krogar. Every governor, state official, and soon-to-be has to take Datura and survive. Otherwise, they are weak. I'm pretty sure, like, Datura kills, like, 86% of people, too. It's definitely not a drug you guys can be like, yeah, I'll have it. Like, it's not, no. And that's how people take it. That's how people take it. Some people just don't get it. And I find it really funny. And some people just don't get it. And that's a solid 14%. That's a great high for 14% survival. Yeah, I guess. I guess so. I guess you could think of it that way. I don't acknowledge the use of... I shouldn't say acknowledge. I don't encourage the use of drugs. I don't encourage the use of psychedelics. I do encourage the use of research and learning and open mindfulness. Speaking of, I sometimes have thought of doing drugs just to know what I see only once, but man. It's definitely one of those things that if you're like, I'm going to be honest with you, it is one of those things where it's like, I think I might do it. You might probably end up doing it. It's one of those things where if curiosity killed the cat, it died. So, if you're curious, there's most likely a chance in your life where you're going to be presented the opportunity, and you're probably going to say yeah. But it's also one of those things where you might be like, oh, I'm presented the opportunity, I'm scared, and chicken out. And I don't know if chickening out necessarily might be the wrong decision. I don't think there is a wrong decision in that. It's just life. You experience it or you don't. That's the way I've always seen really anything, is like, you either experience it or you don't. That's really bad. I'm probably gonna die to this boss. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Look alive, they're paying us a visit. I'm blind.
I'm just far and away. Good. It is still scary. It is still scary. I'd have to say that, I had friends that had, they do psychedelics. They've reported back to me their experiences. It's very interesting to hear. I've also had friends who had ADHD growing up, myself included. I never abused my medicine, though. But I had friends that did. And, I don't know exactly what the gain is with abusing your ADHD medicine, but I guess people did it. Oh, that's really bad. Yep, there we go. There were too many gloobs. I didn't kill enough gloobs. So he just melted me. He pulled me into a fat sack of acid, people. Oh, well, fuck. I guess we just lost Christmas. Over 500 headshots. I really liked Adderall, so I'll take it like once 6 months maybe because I could get addicted to it easy. Yeah, I just don't know what the experience of Adderall really is. You feel like you're just gaming like really hard and your mind's just like... Because that's how I've had it explained to me, that they just focus really hard. He just burped. I had friends that abused the Xanax too. Don't abuse your drugs, guys. Just take them because they make you feel better. I went crazy gaming, yeah. Oh, dude, can we watch Court Cam? I'm adding Court Cam to the list of stuff we're gonna watch, guys. I'm sorry. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I didn't mean to turn it off. Did we ever watch these? No request, just wanted to let you know that you're handsome. Reject. Fucking Carazul. So is this one that we watched? Let me see. I seriously have no idea. Okay. I'm gonna add these. I'm just gonna add them. My brain was moving at Mach 50 and went on a 37 kill streak as engineer on Turbine. Engineer gaming. I don't really like that type of medicine. Don't like the idea of your life depending on a pill. No offense. However, homemade medicine, no, that's the ticket. That's the road many drugs can take on. Fun at first, but then their addictive properties kick in, so it's a good idea to know your personality type with substances and how they affect you in respect of it's something to be ingested in the first place. Yeah, I think that if you... When I was younger, I definitely had the perspective of where I'm like, well, what if I don't have it? And then I was like, I just need to be able to function without it. And for the most part, I kind of did. But, I don't know. After a while, when I was probably, probably like 13, I felt like I just felt like I needed to take it again. And it wasn't because I was addicted to it. I hadn't taken the medicine for fucking years, and I was actually against it. But there was a point in time where I tried it again, and I was like, whoa, I'm actually functioning a lot better in like school and stuff, and I felt that it was better just to do that to focus on school rather than to just, you know, chill at home, I guess. And when I was at home, I guess for the most part, I didn't take the medicine because it always feels like your brain is, you feel wired, you feel like you're like neuron activated 24/7, and it makes it pretty tough on your brain, especially when you feel like that all the time.
Gaston!
Shut up. No one fucks like Gaston. No one eats pussy like Gaston. What? Also, and I forgot the name, but when people think something makes them better only because they believe it. Placebo! Placebo is when you say, hey, take this sugar capsule, and it makes you fucking feel like you're higher than a kite, and then people fucking take the sugar capsule and they just feel better. Another word. Moron. Sorry. I don't know. It's like you're tricked. That's all it is. Placebo is you've been goofed. You've been goofed and you don't know. My parents were very against meds for me and for my sister, who is autistic. They always had her on very low doses. I'm gonna say that I've met your sister. I know your sister very well. You probably know them better, of course. She probably would have benefited from being on higher doses. I feel like a lot of people in this world would have benefited from being on higher doses. I think some people, nah, they didn't need it. Some people would have benefited. I'm not saying they need it. I'm not saying they need it. They would have benefited from it. Positivities would have come from that. My parents didn't believe in pills fixing anything. Yeah. I mean, well, we're not even... No, I'm gonna ban that word. I should ban that word. Vaccine is going to be a fucking very controversial fucking word in my chat. Not because you guys should or should not get it. I just don't want to talk about it. Not here. Not here. This is... You guys know the Olympics? And how, like, everybody goes to the Olympics and they don't fucking kill each other? We come here. This is our Olympics. This is our Olympics. Okay. So, for anybody wondering, we're doing a little media request portion of our stream where you guys can request media through your channel points. If you don't know how to do that, let me pull up my chat and I'll show you. Oh, fuck. Let me unlock the fucking UI. So you can pull up your chat, you can click down here, and you have all these stuff. You can even do a little quack noise. And in that, you can do a media share. You can add up to 5 videos, and you can just say, fucking... oh fuck, what the fuck is touching my arm? Is it a bug? The one video of that one guy, and then I go, cool, and then I highlight it, and then I click it, and then we reject it, because it was a stupid video. No. But you guys can request videos, and I'll watch them, because everybody knows that everybody loves sharing memes. Everybody loves sharing memes. Everybody loves sharing memes. That's the whole point of memes, is to share them, right? To laugh and giggle. Anyway. Local raccoon watches vids.
I seriously have no idea.
Jesus Christ. There's this one video... Dude, people are really going for the clout now.
Bruh, y'all ever be trying to get some ice cream, bro? You be like scooping, and then you be like, shit, man, what happened with my spoon, man?
Vibes.
Yo, that's what's up.
This is not approved. We are not approving to get the council on the phone now. This breaks every law, every commandment in the Bible.
Every commandment.
We are not doing this.
You said Geibel?
So you summoned the council to report a monstrosity disguised as a urinal. The matter won't be taken lightly. Locate the origin of this urinal and grant its creator our finest assassin. Send me his hack. He's invited to the guillotine. He must die.
He must die. Oh my god. Oh. No! No! Damn it.
Not.
Nice. Yes. Yes. That is the best. Oh my god. That's amazing. I put my money on red. Aww, he's so excited with the tiny thing. That's so cute.
Look, here comes a consequence, consequences of my actions chasing me right now. I don't want no consequence. I don't want no consequences chasing me right now. Someone take this consequence. Someone take this consequence and chasing me right now. Jesus is the consequence. Jesus is the consequence chasing me right now.
Wait.
Jesus. He doesn't bite. He punches. Oh my god, that is a man, dude. That is a big dog. And he's just got sunglasses on. Dude! Everybody wants to be that guy.
My boyfriend just broke up with me. Will you go out with me? Looking for the most.
Yo, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Oh, fucking rolled.
Yo, Tommy, how's your stakeout shake from Cookout? Stakeout kick.
Dude, he's fucked out of his mind. He's on Datura.
Still working the cash register, Squiddy?
Oh. Ooh.
Still working the cash register, Squiddy?
That is so funny.
Bro, are you flirting with my sister?
Yes, I am.
Do you want to die?
Yes, I do.
Wait, what?
See ya!
Oh my god! Sonic!
Take me, sweet dad!
Well, that was sad. I know where this came from. I know where this is from. I'll show you guys the original.
Go fuck yourself!
I know where that's from. This is the original.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I have one quick question and then another one.
That's two.
Yeah, two.
Try to sugarcoat it. Is the second one a long one, or is it?
No, they're short. Now that you're in the biggest game in history, currently, are you gonna work in any other video games later on, or are you done for like ever?
Heads up to Steven Spielberg.
Ooh.
And second question, Steven, can you curse at me? Like say, Diego, go fuck yourself or something?
It's funny because you can see that the guy who plays Michael leans over and goes, "You should run down there and go scream in his camera." Okay.
Go fuck yourself!
So yeah. Shout out to Stephen Ogg. He's fucking amazing.
I didn't see you get on.
Stephen Ogg is so wholesome. Hold on, let me pull up a Stephen Ogg, the interview with his kid. Look at how scuffed.
Last night's review on CBC
It's just so relatable.
Now we have a special guest coming in today, and his name is Stephen Ogg. Here he is!
I guess Dad just walks around without a shirt on. So they make a bit.
That was the boys. Well, yeah, that's what everybody. What the? Back on CBC News. I'm sorry, but it just got interrupted with a violent act by Trevor, aka my dad.
This is such a wholesome video.
How girls make friends in the wild.
With a Z? Yes. I love that for you. So much better. I've never executed more in my life. Wait, what's your name? I'm Zoe. I mean, what's your sign? Oh, I'm an Aries. Oh my god, me too! Oh my god, period. What's your birthday? March 31st? I'm April 7th. Oh, great.
Yes, dude! Yes, that's the best.
Nothing satisfies like a 3-round burst.
Oh. Don't say it like that. So sad.
Enemy team scoring.
No! We can't do that unless we are married!
Please, Miku! Just grab my hand! I'm gonna...
Yes. It's the best. We got ads going on. Dude, ad break. That gives me a minute to yell about how fucking if you subscribe, you don't have to worry about that. It was only one? Here, let me fix that.
Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Click hunt. Oh, wait, fuck, sorry, that's the video. What is this? Nice. Oh, you got him. What the fuck is this? Is that a GIF? It's not even a Flash game! It's not even a game! It's like a fucking... It's not even a game! Oh, that was really cool, actually.
God damn it!
They're not even real images. They're just... Damn it. With an automatic shotgun?
Well.
No, no, no.
We're talking about...
I said my sword was a tool of justice. Not used in anger. Not used for vengeance. So I'm leaving.
You're fucking kidding!
I am a man of my word!
Then explain Colorado!
It was a one-time thing!
Really?
Really? Is right there! We are not doing this right now!
Oh, do not rope him into this!
Canines enjoy rope in a game of tug of war.
Pog. God damn it.
Santa is on strike due to global warming. All presents this year will be delivered by Sasha, the Christmas tiger. Milk and cookies may not be sufficient.
Must bring presents to good children.
Yes, good.
And eat the bad ones.
Wait, no.
Eat them.
Sasha, no!
But it is gonna bother you.
That guy did another video where it was like... There's no way I'll be able to find it. God damn it. It was a picture of a cat. And it was making a bunch of like uncomfortable raffling noises where it's like, and he goes, "I bet it's a book."
Because you're human, and I was human. I am human still.
Wait. What?
But it is gonna bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still.
Was? Did he say? He said was.
But I was just referring to myself in the past. Not that I was not human. Because you're human, and I was human. I was human, and I was human, and I was human, and I was human, and I was human.
Ooh, that's sus. What's this?
I bet it's a book.
Hold on, let me find the sus noise. Nope.
Sus.
No! There it is. Alright, let me turn it down. Okay, hold on.
But it is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still. But I was just referring to myself in the.
Yeah,
Listen
Mark.
here, you George Costanza-looking fuck. If you don't get out of that Bakugan in 3 seconds, I'm cutting you down faster than you cut healthcare. 1, 2. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Big fan of the government.
Do you have a
Okay, I got another thing. Here's another Mark Zuckerberg one.
Do you have a favorite feature to use in here?
Yeah.
Something that you think is very cool?
Check this out. Wow, so that's pretty neat.
This is so Do you have a favorite feature to use in here?
Yeah.
Something that you think is very cool?
Check this out.
Wow.
It's so stupid. 343, please don't fix this. Don't fix what? What? He turned into grenades. And he's over there? What? With special guest. That's crazy. What is he doing back there? It looks kind of cool though that it pans to them from different angles. That's actually kind of cool. They should keep it like that.
Seize their flag.
They should keep it. Okay. I love my boss at work. I love him to death. I think he's a pretty okay boss for the most part. He does great. But when he asks me for computer problems, I feel like this is who I'm talking to. Because he's a very fit dude. He works at a pool. He owns a gym.
Hello? It's me, Richard. It's 1:30 in the morning. What are you doing calling me?
Sorry to do it to you, but we have a mother of a virus ripping through a major company file.
Okay, throw me some numbers.
What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me your password.
My password?
Out with it.
Oral cum shot.
What?
Oral cum shot.
I retract everything I said.
Fit.
Retract everything.
عالما من علماء المسلمين تحول نصرانيا.
Then I asked him that, okay, have you ever heard before or now, in the past or present, that one of the great scholars of Islam has left Islam and gone to another faith?
He said no. Then I said why?
قال لا فقلت لماذا؟ كيف ترجم يا شيخ؟
Wait, what?
Then I said why?
قال لا فقلت لماذا؟ كيف ترجم يا شيخ؟
I'm so lost.
Or present, that one of the great scholars of Islam has left Islam and gone to another faith?
He said no. Then I said why?
قال لا فقلت لماذا؟ كيف ترجم يا شيخ؟
والله thank you very much يا أخي.
Oh, I get it.
Heard before or now, in the past or present, that one of the great scholars of Islam has left Islam and gone to another faith?
He said no. Then I said why?
قال لا فقلت لماذا؟
I get it. They swapped.
Before or now, in
I see.
من علماء المسلمين تحول
He's the translator.
I asked him that, okay, have you ever heard before or now, in the past or present, that one of the great scholars of Islam has left Islam and gone to another faith?
He said no. Then I said why?
قال لا فقلت لماذا.
I get it now. Damn it.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. Now I don't know if there'll be snow, because the weather patterns in this region are highly unpredictable.
This is real. These guys are real bad guys.
Sure am. And I bet this paintball gun shoots real bullets too, huh?
Ah!
And here's why Halo gonna be the game of the year.
Heavily armored hog on the way.
Got him. I still need to play Halo Infinite campaign.
I'm grabbing pills.
Oh my god, Coach! Hi!
It's Felix. That's literally Felix. That is literally Felix.
I'm grabbing pills.
Oh my god, Coach! Hi!
That is the epitome of Felix. I'm not even kidding, chat. Felix will come in some days and be like, I'm having like the shittiest day ever. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's just watch some coach videos. And then like at the end of stream, he feels perfectly fine. At least that's how he conveys it. He's like, your stream made me feel better. And I'm like, oh, okay, all I did was fucking watch coach all day. God damn. Arma 3 is insane. Alright, so I wanted to watch Court Cam. If you guys have never watched Court Cam before, these are shots from courts in America that are true, I guess.
We start things off at the Russell and Wayne County's family court in Kentucky for a hearing on a domestic violence order filed by a husband against his ex-wife.
You and the respondent were married in the past and have children in common, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And were the statements you made in your petition true and correct at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you willing to make those statements part of your sworn testimony here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you asking the court to enter an order restraining the respondent from any contact with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
I've taken your statements in your petition as part of your testimony, but I need you to tell me briefly, in your own words, what happened to cause you to ask for a domestic violence order.
Yes, Your Honor. Things have been escalating, I guess, since the first of the year, and Melissa's had a couple MIWs and a couple arrests.
Mental inquest warrant recommended for people who may harm themselves or others.
And she got out of jail in, I guess, April, and she started. We hadn't really had anything personal up until that point. She got out of jail in April, and she started.
My personal life is none of your business, John. It has nothing to do with
Miss
you
Hardwick.
boys. No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
I don't care. I haven't done anything to this court. I haven't done anything to him.
She will be arrested for contempt of
It doesn't
court.
make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court.
So the best thing she could have done... So the best thing she could have done was shut the fuck up and let the dude talk. It doesn't matter what he says at the end of the day. It's what she says. That lady in the big black chair. She needs to listen to her.
Wait and see.
Wait and see. Wait and see. That's a threat. You're gonna get a threat.
Get it.
After spending nearly 5 months in jail, Melissa Hardwick pleads guilty to intimidating a participant in a legal process. She avoids any further jail time by agreeing to a court-ordered diversion or rehabilitation program for 5 years.
Damn. Get rehabilitated, bitch.
No contact.
Before we hit the courtroom for our next story, we're going to take you back to the beginning of the defendant's journey. We're in Springfield, Ohio.
John's drive-thru.
The owner of John's drive-thru is closing up shop for the night.
Oh no.
A man approaches from the back.
Oh no.
The owner spots him on the security camera feed.
No! Get the hell!
Did he hit him? He's got 2 guns in his hand. Was this around COVID? He's got like a he's got like a temperature gun. He's got like the guns that you, yeah, you're too hot, you can't come in here. I wonder what he shot him with. Do you think he shot him with the temperature gun or the real one?
Yeah, this is John's drive-thru, West Main Street. A guy just tried to rob me and I shot him. He ran out the back door.
You shouldn't say you shot him, you should say you shot at him. You shot around him, because I don't think you hit him.
I think I hit him.
With help from the store's security camera footage and a tip from a local hospital who treated a man for multiple gunshot wounds, police identified the perp as Ricky Hand, a known career criminal.
Ooh.
I did try to rob John's drive-thru. Got shot 3 times.
Oh.
I did a crime, I ain't gonna lie. I just wanted to let you know.
Aw. I can't be mad. I can't be mad because he's honest and he's like, yeah, shit sucks. It's rough, you know? Like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna let you know I did it. And he... You know, life sucks sometimes and people have to do things they don't want to do. I'm not saying this guy's a good guy, but I'm definitely saying that I'm not mad.
Pistol that you had in there, because you know
It's unfortunate.
when you run in there, you started pulling out, and the guy saw you. Right, but I didn't even get it out. You were going for it though, right? But I didn't even get it out. I didn't branch it. He shot me regardless.
Well, I think he's but aware that you've been robbing places at gunpoint or so.
I've never robbed anybody. That's the first one I've ever done.
Now, hang on a second. Now, you and I...
I don't believe that.
Yeah. Each other, okay?
Yeah.
I know there's more to it than that.
I pulled it out. Okay. Pulled the weapon out. But I don't think I got it all the way out.
Well, he saw you. That's why he shot you.
Hand is indicted on 30 charges connected to a string of
What do you
business
mean?
break-ins at gunpoint.
Dude.
He confesses to a series of armed robberies.
When there's like a specific level of movement where you're like, this guy isn't up to good. If I saw somebody running into my building like this,
the owner spots him on the security camera.
he can see him running in. All hooded up. He's all hooded up. And he says, stop, stop. And yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you're gonna get shot. Like, what? Like, he's trying to defend himself for... He literally said he was trying to rob him.
I think he's but aware that
He shot me regardless. You were trying to rob him.
I've never robbed anybody. That's the first one I've ever done.
But you were robbing him.
30 to a...
I'm going to prison for a long time.
Well, you probably half a dozen or more robberies. Now, you're looking at John's. You're looking at this break-in to this beauty salon.
That's all I've done.
The beauty salon's a bonus because I didn't even know anything about that, and you told me that.
It's a bonus.
I'm going to prison for a long time.
Well, you know that.
Well, you know that.
Now Hand sits in a Clark County courtroom in Ohio, where a judge has just handed down his sentence.
Did you just give me 40 years? Sir? Yes. You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what? Sir, what's this?
What? What do you get away with? Nothing. 40 is not... It's a very, very, very middle-aged man.
Hand was clearly expecting...
She's smiling. She should leave.
...a lesser sentence. But if we...
I don't like people like this. She needs to leave. I don't want her in my court cam video.
We look again.
Did you just give me 40 years?
You'll see he came prepared for the worst.
You just gave me 40 years. Well, guess what?
Look closely. Hand reaches into his arm sling and pulls out some cloth that was hiding a small bottle filled with, ready for this? His own feces and urine.
Hey, he threw it! Yes! He threw it on his attorney! He threw piss and shit on his attorney! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Imagine you're just trying to help a guy and he pisses and shits on you! Oh my god! That's insane!
For the feces flinging attack. In addition to his previous charges, he now faces charges of harassment with bodily fluids,
that's a thing?
obstructing justice, and retaliation.
That's a thing?
Let's head to Jefferson Circuit Court in Louisville, Kentucky.
This is the matter of Adam Satterley.
This is 36-year-old Adam Satterley. Satterley's in court today on a bond hearing related to drug charges. He's appearing before Circuit Judge Olu Stevens, heard off camera.
Your objections notice overruled. Motion's granted.
Satterley's attorney warns his client to stay calm after hearing the bad news.
Taken into custody.
Judge Stevens has revoked Satterley's bond, meaning Satterley will return to custody.
Thanks.
That yell you just heard was Satterley.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now the new year starts. That's all the cases that I have.
The judge seems to be moving on with the day.
I think I missed it.
Then let's head to Jefferson Circuit Court in Louisville, Kentucky.
I was texting my coworker, I'm sorry.
This is the matter of Adam Satterley.
Adam Sandler?
This is 36-year-old Adam Satterley.
Oh, Satterley.
Satterley's in court today on a bond hearing related to drug charges. He's appearing before Circuit Judge Olu Stevens, heard off camera.
Your objections notice overruled. Motion's granted.
Satterley's attorney warns his client to stay calm after hearing the bad news.
Taken into custody.
Judge Stevens has revoked Satterley's bond, meaning Satterley will return to custody.
Thanks.
Whoa.
That yell you just heard was Satterley.
You couldn't do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now the new year starts. That's all the cases that I have.
The judge seems to be moving on with the day, but then...
Miss Alvey, before you go, I'm going to sheriff, right? Can you indulge me 1 second?
Yes, sir, of course.
Can you knock on the door and tell the sheriff to bring Mr. Is that guy? Satterley? Bring it back. You just tell the sheriff to bring it back.
Tell him to call me an N-word to my face. That's pretty bad. I can't imagine being a judge. Because you gotta think about it. This is the fucked up reality of it. This is the real fucked up reality of, like, being a certain race, I guess. In general. Like, any race. I guess there's really no, like, getting out of it. But I guess I don't want to be controversial, but I guess any race other than white. Because... I don't know. I couldn't imagine being an African-American judge, and because he probably hears that all the time. He probably gets called that just for being in the position of, like, his job, which just fucking sucks.
The judge has some unfinished business with Satterley.
Is there something that you wish to say to me?
No, it was my brother.
Oh, was that to your brother? Because
Yes,
I
sir.
heard you say a racial epithet.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Oh, you didn't mean it like
No.
that? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court for having said that. And you don't speak those words in here.
Yes,
and
sir.
that word particularly,
Yes,
you
sir.
don't use that word. I'm going to give you 60 days for having used that word. Hold you in contempt right now for having done it in this courtroom. It's disrespectful. Don't ever do it again. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Ms. Ellie. Appreciate it.
Satterley's hit with an additional 60 days for contempt of court. Following the incident, Judge Stevens offered Satterley an opportunity. If Satterley apologizes for using a racial slur, he would reduce the additional sentence to just a day. Satterley took the judge up on his offer.
Yes, sir. I apologize. It wasn't intended for you. I was mad at my brother, is all it was.
Well, you can have a seat. I'll say this, that what you said was a racial epithet that I don't know how it could be directed at your brother, but at any rate, I accept your apology.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Christopher Cologne.
Our next stop is at the Broward County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
He's been charged with 2 counts of violating an injunction.
Where Christopher Cologne appears for his bond hearing via video before Judge John Hurley.
Court finds probable cause.
Oh shit,
Cologne was
Florida.
arrested and charged with 2 counts of violating a restraining order in a domestic violence case related to his ex-girlfriend. He also has an open pending case in which he's being charged for aggravated battery against a pregnant woman, his current girlfriend.
I think I remember you from before coming into this courtroom.
Yes, sir.
I remember.
Less than a month ago, Cologne posted bond in the aggravated battery case and went free. So the judge isn't exactly thrilled to see him again.
You're already out on bond. You're already out.
Yes, sir, and my bondsman is willing to take me out again.
Ooh.
That's very kind of him, but that won't be necessary today because you're not going anywhere.
I'll see you guys in with a lawyer and a lawsuit too.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, bring him back, please.
And you can go yourself too.
Cologne storms off.
Would you bring him back for me, please?
What?
Judge, you back.
Hi. Good morning again, Mr. Cologne.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Cologne.
He just swore at him.
Yeah, don't mute that. Could you turn that mic back on for me? Turn the mic back on.
You guys can okay? I'm being dead ass real.
$125,000. Your bond on count 2 will be $125,000. Your total
How much is my bond?
$250,000.
Okay, no problem. I can bond out, man.
Court will also order, sir, on case 14.
I love how. So I texted my coworker if he wanted to have my work day on Friday, so that we could just I could just take the day off, and we don't really talk about much, like me and him. Like I don't see him ever. He works the days that I don't work because he's also the front desk guy when I'm not, so I never see him. The one thing we bonded about is Halo. That's it. I texted him about Friday, and he's just like, yo, when you got some time, you gotta play some Halo Infinite. And I'm like, yeah, I know, okay. And he's like, they just added Slayer and SWAT. And I was like, I love me some SWAT. Like,
CF10, you'll be held without bond. That bond is revoked.
With the amount seemingly no issue,
that's
the
bad.
judge has just taken away the bond from the aggravated battery case, meaning Cologne will not be able to go free this time. And this really sets him off.
Like I said, you guys why you guys had it.
Sir, the court at this time is inclined to hold you in contempt of court.
I don't give a go ahead, I got lawyers, man. Look here, man.
Your behavior.
I don't got nothing to say, man.
Now, I will find you in contempt of court for disrupting this court. Now, I will give you
was already going to find me in contempt of court.
I will give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say?
You ain't no Hitler, man, for me to have to salute.
Noting that you made no comments in your defense, the court at this time will sentence you to 364 days in the Broward County Jail. Thank you very much. Have a
that's why.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes,
wow.
Mr. Cologne, please.
A week
he's
later,
back.
Cologne is back in front of the judge.
Judge Harley, I apologize. What I did, I was wrong. And not only I was wrong for cursing you out, of the deputies hearing me curse you out, I apologize to them too. Your Honor, I apologize real bad, and I'm asking for my apology, please, Your Honor.
Okay, your apologies accepted. It will be converted to time served at this time.
Cologne's apology gets that additional year sentence for contempt cut down to time served, but still gets no bond on the aggravated battery case and serves almost 14 months before he's released.
One of my favorite court cam episodes, maybe not, I don't even really, it's court cam, it was just Judge Murphy.
You're Mr. Runkles?
Yes, sir.
2 charges, assault and resisting. You have the public defender. Public defender, what do you want to do?
Watch closely, guys.
They have.
I'm not waiting.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting. If you want to set it for trial, set it for trial.
All right.
If you want to set it for docket signing, set it for docket signing. I'm not waiting in any case. This is an emergency
if I
created by
had a
the
rock,
state.
I would throw it at you right now.
You know, this is
Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
sit
you
down.
know what? I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand
I
and
said
represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
So they leave, right? Both the judge and the public defender leave. I'm a patriot for you. Shut the fuck up. He got removed from the court because you're not allowed to beat the shit out of public defenders. You're not allowed to do that. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, not only to mention, like, okay, like, I love that concept of a judge beating the shit out of, like, another fucking, like, dude, but, like, he's a public defender. He's defending the guy who is in shithole fucking whatever trouble he's in. And Judge Murphy goes out of his way to kick the dude's ass, and he doesn't come back to court, you know? I don't know. It's cool, but, like, god damn it. That just, it is the pinnacle of the United States government in, like, the fucking, like, short. Like, not even.
We head down to Daytona Beach, Florida, where a call comes in to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office.
Communications, Warhurst.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Whoa.
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid because your stupid judges don't want to bring people to courtrooms. I got a gun pointed at your building.
Sir, what is going on?
Who the you calling, sir, you stupid? Where's your judge warrant?
Yikes.
You gonna bring that out in handcuffs and I'm gonna execute that son of a right in the street. I'm letting you know I'm gonna shoot this. You gonna with my kids.
Where are you at, sir?
Judge, his trial begins.
All right, back on the record, Mr. McCarty, President. He's under oath from the start of the trial.
No, I'm not. I'm not under oath.
All right, raise your right hand. I'm going to swear you in.
I'm not under oath.
Dude, that raise your right hand, I'll swear you in. He raises his left hand and he flips him off. Like, when that reminds me of the Thanksgiving video with Mom where she was angry about how many joggers she saw on Thanksgiving, and I was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how mad does it make you? And she goes.
That's your bad finger. I didn't appreciate that.
So you're going to threaten me like you did the other day?
Threaten you to participate here.
No, you threatened my life the other day. I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You want to allow my witnesses here?
Oh, whoa. I guess that came out. Hey, that video came out, the Sam and Max Save the World Twitch promo. So if you guys want to go watch some Sam and Max stuff, that's there. I didn't even know that was out. This thing on. Shut up, Brian.
Y'all took all my court paperwork.
We haven't started the trial yet.
It doesn't matter. You still deny it.
Okay, I found the clip. God damn it, I fucked it up.
Thanksgiving, Mom. How angry does it make you on a scale of 1 to 10? Show on your fingers.
Such a dork. I love my mama.
My kids from me and act like that. You in that. My kids.
Holly, make sure you take down what I say.
Hey, he kind of looks like JP.
No, I was not sworn in. I've never been sworn in this court. Bring the camera.
He kind of looks like JP. He's like JP's like angry brother.
Number one, I need to know whether or not you want to be here during the trial process.
No.
All right. Do you want to testify?
No, I don't. This is all being done unconstitutionally, unrightfully.
Do you want to be in the room or not?
Do you want
I prefer not.
I'm sorry. After I made the notion that this guy looks like kind of like very vaguely like JP, and it's probably just the haircut.
take their kids?
I can't. It's like listening.
Right, Joe, I supposedly have you violated. Can I get some more, please? I got a lot more cussing to do. I need to drug weapon.
Do you want to be here when the jury's here?
What the you think?
I don't know. I need you to answer.
McCarty decides he'll stay for witness testimony.
This is the vibe I get. I feel like.
I'll cut off your nutsack and nail it to my door! Like one of those lion door knockers!
It's like, because Patrick is so sweet and calm, and JP is so sweet and calm, this guy is that equivalent.
I'll cut off your nutsack and nail it to my door! Like one of those lion door knockers!
Oh, God.
McCarty's eventually found guilty. He returns the following month for sentencing.
Everyone ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State of Florida versus Alan McCarty Jr., who is present here today on 2 reasons. One is to sentence on a jury verdict that had been accepted, but we're also here on an order to show cause, which I would like to address first. First of all, if I haven't formally already, but you're before the court, Mr. McCarty, to show cause why I should not hold you in contempt for behavior that you demonstrated during the jury trial. You threatened the unborn child of the prosecutor.
What a bunch of lies, you stupid piece of
Then also
You threatened my life.
in the
You
back room.
Felix, if you're lucky enough, you might be in it multiple times because you are in Florida. You are Florida man Felix. If anything, you're going to be the people they're talking about. You are under arrest for the crimes against humanity. For watching a raccoon yell into a microphone. Take him away. There he goes. There goes Felix. Bye, Felix.
He's placed in a back room with a one-way mirror.
He got put in a back room with a one-way mirror, and he's screaming. Listen.
With a one-way mirror.
Count 1, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to 15 years in Florida State Prison. As to count 2, I'm going to adjudicate him guilty, sentence him to
Who
5
is this
years in
Kroger
state
you
prison
speak of?
To run consecutive to count 1. So a total of 20.
All I heard was,
McCarty's currently serving his sentence in a Florida State prison.
oh, that's funny.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
No problem.
Subscribe to A&E to...
Don't do that. Subscribe to Kroger. What the fuck is that? We're not watching memes. Alright, let me close this. Alright. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go get some juice. And then when I'm back, I will, play more Killing Floor. And then... Oh, wait. I know I wanted to play something else, but I don't know what I wanted to play. It's probably just Borderlands or some stupid thing. Anyway, I'll be right back. Oh boy, I had an idea. Let me turn down the music. Alright, so I had an idea. I noticed it's 10:30 where I'm at, which means it's probably late as fuck where you're at. And I noticed that about a lot of people that come into my stream is that time zones are whack. So, I figured I could read a story. So, I got a spooky story. Not really a spooky story, but it's like a neat little story. It's called Why They're Called the Sixes. So let me turn on some, I'm gonna turn on some music. Ooh, what if I did Minecraft noises, but it makes cave sounds every now and then? Ooh, that'd be fucking spooky. Cave sounds, but every now and then there are Minecraft noises. No, come on, there's gotta be something. You know what I'm talking, you know those videos where it's like the B movie, but it's an hour. Or the B movie is an hour. It's the B movie, but it's like 10 minutes. And then it's like... Minecraft cave noises at random. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna have that going. So this is called Why They're Called the Sixes. The anxiety of the cave sound is fucking with me. So I heard this story like a million years ago when I was like 13. And I've always enjoyed it. So I figured I should read it. God damn it, I did the thing I didn't want to do. Why They're Called the Six... Oh wait, hold on, I want to get my YouTuber voice going. Broken by MC Cave Noises? What? What? I mean, there's not enough sound going on. Forest... ambience. There we go. This is nice. This is one too. Oh, I think I'm gonna do this one, but with the woodland sound effects in the background. Okay, I'm ready. So I gotta stop clicking. Why They're Called the Sixes. I want to tell you about my life, and the strange things I've seen, and before I do, I want you to understand that my actions in the end had reasons. I was born to a single mother. She was only around 15 the time I was born. She wasn't exactly ready to be a mother. Apparently my dad was even less ready because his parents ended up sending him to a boarding school so he wouldn't have to be responsible for me and my mother. We were mostly supported by her parents, but otherwise we were completely alone. I started discovering my gift when I was about 5 years old. My grandmother had passed away. I felt really confused when I walked into the viewing room of her funeral parlor and saw Gran sitting next to her own casket. At that point, I already grasped that death meant that you were gone forever, and yet, there she was. My confusion was overpowered with my relief. Approaching her, she seemed different. There, but not quite the same. Like when you're picturing something in your head, your eyes are open and you're clearly seeing what's in the room, but something entirely different at the same time. She whispered in my ear, kissed my forehead, and disappeared. I walked up to my mom and asked her about the roses in Italy. as Gran had instructed. To this day, I still don't know what that meant, but it was something important enough to make my mother fall to her knees. She held me, and it was the only time that I remember feeling like she truly loved me. As I grew, my gift became a little more apparent. I'd see people I wasn't supposed to in everyday situations. A few would even notice and follow me home. I didn't mind. None of them ever imposed or tried to harm me. They just wanted a company until they figured out how to move on or found someone else that was more interesting to follow around. I'd talk about it as if it were normal. My mother put forth no effort to stop me, but I still acted embarrassed when I did it around other people. No one took it seriously, though not like Mom did. Honestly, I think she feared me for a while. When I was about 8, things changed, and it was all due to Mom meeting a man named Mike. He was lanky, he smelled bad, and talked too loud. Still, he had a more stable job than Mom did, so she fell right into his lap. He wasn't a horrible guy at first, just kind of greedy. Mom told him about my gift, and he came up with a master plan to use me as a pay pig. Post my name up in the phone books as world's youngest psychic. I don't know if he even believed my gift was real at first, but he learned otherwise eventually. And that's how I started talking to dead people in a living room when I was just beginning to learn multiplication. It was fun at first when it wasn't the same old tell my mom I love her bullshit. There was a case when I was 13 where I was seeing a family who believed the spirit of a 4-year-old was haunting their home. They claimed that they didn't intend to make her leave, they just wanted to learn more about her so they could make her feel more comfortable in their home. When I walked into their house, there was definitely no little girl. There was, however, a gray non-human entity crouched on their 17-year-old son's back. Its skin looked like paper and its eyes were fully blood red. It came in human-like shape, but it was far from human. Here, hold on, I got an idea. Let's listen to this. This is good. Damn it! Fuck! These non-humans were something I called sixes. The laughs is running. I haven't heard shit. It's kind of freaking me out, too. These non-humans were something I called sixes. Sixes are souls that were never human. They're created out of pure sorrow and hatred. They're negative emotion embodied into an evil spiritual being. They can project the actions of human spirits to confuse their hosts, make them think that they're just victims of a normal haunting. Human souls cannot hurt you unless they're extremely sinister, like Bundy sinister. However, sixes can, along with several other non-human entities. They suck emotion out of you and radiate so much of their own sorrow and hatred until you either kill yourself or commit a crime so horrible that you'll likely get the death penalty. They usually go after evil, corrupt, or just plain miserable people. They were called sixes because you'd usually only last 6 months before you lost it. Wait, hold on. Fucking... it closed. I'm mad. Hold on. I'm gonna jump randomly into the video. I'll fix it. Give me a second. Okay. I think it started resenting my mother. Oh. They were called sixes because you'd only last 6 months before you lost it. I think I started resenting my mother. Oh, that was loud. I think I started resenting my mother when I was 16. I had gotten tired of the job. Everyone in town knew me, and all the kids called me a freak. By this point, Mike had started to drink away all the money that people had paid me to tell me that their grandmother loved them and that their dead child was in a better place. He became violent, angry. He hit my mother and she just took it for a while. Then he... wait. He hit my mother and she just took it for a while. She started to blame me. If you never would have started talking to fucking Casper, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. Completely ignoring the fact that he was her boyfriend and not mine. Not long after that, he stopped hitting her and started hitting me. Then she did too. Only months later did I start seeing sixes roaming around whenever my parents were near. I watched this without a word, still allowing them to escort me to jobs. At first, the sixes would stay far away. I'd see them out the window, across the street. They creeped closer as time went on, very slowly. My curiosity heavily outweighed my fear. I had only ever seen them on people's backs. I became a bit more startled when they stood out our windows. Fuck. They knew I could see them, but they disregarded me. I said nothing to my mother. The day I watched one crawl onto her back and latch its gaping teeth, mouth onto her shoulder. I wasn't surprised. Did you not hear the timing on that? I said nothing to my mother the day I watched one crawl onto her back and latch its gaping teeth mouth onto her shoulder. Laugh track. I wasn't surprised when I saw another on Mike's back later that day. I thought about telling Mike and my mother, calling up a specialist to help get rid of the sixes. That had only just begun to drain my sad excuse for a family. Then I thought about finally being alone. Never having to do jobs that they told me to do. Never being subjected to a drunken lecture about my responsibility to support my family. Never explaining my bruises away to teachers. So I didn't tell them. I just sat back and enjoyed the show. Alright, I wanna do one more. I wanna do one more. I'm gonna do one with rain and thunder. I got another one. World's best school psychologist. Thanks, Felix. I really try. Alright, hold on. I want to get a good vibe of this really quick. Everybody just enjoy for this. I could turn this into a thing where we just read stuff every now and then. I never really thought I had a good voice for reading, but I dated a girl who liked me to read stories to her. I never knew why, really. I just thought she just liked me reading. Okay. Yeah, we could probably make this a thing. I wouldn't mind doing videos where we, you know, read little stuff. I mean, we did the, Gospel of the Flood? What is this? An audio drama starring Peter Wingfield, written and directed by Jonas Karantz. What is it? Who did the soundtrack? Peter Wingfield is narrator. Chris! Hey! What are you doing there? That's actually really cool to see that guy's name there. That's Chris! He did it! He's big guy now. He's big. He's a big cojones. Look at him. They even make Chris is a composer from Sparta, Greece. He's written music for video games, Risk of Rain 1, and Risk of Rain 1 and 2, Deadbolt, Sea Acclaim. Yay! That's awesome. So is this like it's like stories, huh? That's cool. Interesting. I might have to look at that. I'm gonna keep that tab open. Anyway, so this is the story of the world's best school psychologist. I read this, probably around the same time I read Why They're Called the Sixes. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a listen. I saw that it was on Spotify, so I could definitely hook it up there. So that's cool. I like little stories. I'm gonna start this right there. And when I need the creepy sting to come in, I'll have it come in. Okay. That's way too fucking loud. World's best school psychologist. Still too let alone. Okay. The world's best school psychologist. When I was 12, I came to the conclusion that everyone in the world, including my own family, was against me. I was never a problem child, but my parents sure treated me like one. For example, I used to need to be home by 5 p.m. every day. This clearly restricted my amount of playtime outdoors. I wasn't allowed to have friends over to play at the house, nor was I allowed to go over to anyone else's. I had to finish homework directly after I came home from school, no matter how long it took. My parents refused to buy me video games and forced me to read books, and then write a book report on them to prove that I actually read it. Now, even though those rules listed above were quite frustrating to me as a child, they weren't what upset me the most. What really hurt was the lack of compassion on behalf of my parents. My mother was a bitter woman who always made me feel guilty of accidents or mistakes I've made. My father only knew one emotion: frustration. The only time he spoke to me was when he screamed at me for receiving poor test scores or beat me for misbehaving. But enough talk about them, let's talk about my school's psychologist. For his own privacy, we will call him Dr. Tanner. Like most junior high schools, a psychologist is always available on campus during high school hours to assist any students in need of counseling, whether it is emotional, academic, social, or behavioral. To be honest, I've never seen any students talking with Dr. Tanner. Every day, I would walk past his office on my way to the cafeteria and peek through his door's little window. He would always be alone in there, working on some paperwork. I guess that for most kids, we're too afraid to speak about their problems to an adult who is practically a stranger. For this reason, it took me 3 weeks to muster enough courage to go into his office. On March 2nd, 1993 was the day I decided to voice my troubles to Dr. Tanner. During lunch break, I stood in front of his office door and knocked. Through the window, I could see him raise his head, smile, and motion for me to come in. I did. He greeted me by introducing himself and asking for my name. Dr. Tanner was a very soft-spoken man who seemed to radiate kindness. In less than 30 minutes, I rambled to Dr. Tanner about how mean my parents were to me and how they didn't care about me at all. After a while, my voice began to quiver, and I stopped speaking. The psychologist listened patiently to my whole spiel, arms folded and head nodding. I expected him to begin talking about how everything I had just said wasn't true, and that my parents loved me dearly and blah blah blah, but he didn't. Dr. Tanner leaned towards me with his grin on his face and said, "You know, I'm the best school psychologist in the world. I promise we will fix this." I rolled my eyes. "Okay, but how?" I asked. "I have my ways," he replied. "I'm a man of my word. I promise that within just 1 month, the relationship between you and your parents will change for the better. Forever." After a brief pause, he continued, "Although I do need you to make me a promise. You have to promise me that you'll come back to my office after school tomorrow, and that you won't tell anyone that we had this conversation today. It'll be our little secret." I promised. The following day, I returned to Dr. Tanner after school. It was around 4 p.m. when I entered his office. After a warm welcome, he asked me to have a seat in front of his desk once again. Upon sitting, I watched Dr. Tanner close the blinds of the door's tiny window and... "There," he smiled. "Now we have all the privacy that we need." We began to talk about my likes and interests, my favorite subjects in school, my least favorite teachers, and things of the like. About an hour into the conversation, Dr. Tanner offered me a soft drink. I gladly took the offer, considering my parents never allowed me to drink soda. Dr. Tanner reached over his mini fridge and fidgeted around before setting down 2 open cans of soda on the desk. Afterwards, we continued to talk about what was going on in my life, but it wasn't long after I passed out from whatever drugs Dr. Tanner placed in my drink. It took me a minute or two to adjust my blurred vision upon waking, and when it did, I had no idea what to think. I was handcuffed to a bed. My mouth was sealed with duct tape. I immediately began to panic, squirming and tugging at the cuffs, but gave up soon after. My eyes widened in disbelief after looking around the room. There were posters of superheroes pinned up along the walls and photographs of famous athletes on shelves. In the middle of the room was an old television and Super Nintendo, various game cartridges stacked alongside it. I didn't know what to think. Here I am in a room filled with items most kids would die to play with. I would probably cry from joy I hadn't been handcuffed to the bed frame. My stomach sank once again as the door opened and Dr. Tanner walked inside. He sat down on the edge of the bed. "Now listen," he said. "Remember that I'm here to help you, and I would never hurt you, okay?" Dr. Tanner gently removed the tape from my mouth and then the cuffs from my hands. My first instinct was to begin crying, but somehow, something about Dr. Tanner made me feel safe. He smiled at me. "You're going to be staying here for a while," he continued. "And during this time, you're allowed to play with any toys in this room while I'm here at home. But when I leave the house, I need to cuff one of your hands to the bed. You can still watch the television, but you can only watch the news channel when I'm away." I sat in silence, still trying to process the information he had given me. "So," Dr. Tanner yipped, slapping me on the knee, "you go ahead and knock yourself out. I'll be back when it's time for dinner." He got up from the bed, walked across the room, clicked the TV's power button before locking the door behind him. Several more minutes passed before I realized that Dr. Tanner wasn't joking. All that was left for me was to boot up the Nintendo and play Mario until nightfall. At about 7 p.m., Dr. Tanner returned to the room carrying 2 plates of mashed potatoes and chicken strips. I finally gathered up the courage to ask him how long I'd be staying in this room. "Well, about a month," he replied. "Or give or take a few weeks. I just have some work I need to do." The following morning, I awoke from Dr. Tanner's hand patting me on the head. "Hey bud, you don't have to wake up right now if you don't want, but I'm gonna need to put this back on," he whispered, clamping a cold steel handcuff onto my wrist. I gazed up at him. He was wearing a collared shirt and slacks, a coat draped over his shoulder, and a suitcase at his side. He looked just as he always did when I saw him around school before leaving. He placed one of the TV's remotes next to me and told me to turn it on and watch the news. The first thing I saw upon turning it on was breaking news segment. An important-looking police officer stood at the podium surrounded by people with microphones. I happened to begin viewing half of the way through his speech. Or hold on, I want to do a voice. I want to do like a statewide Amber Alert has been issued as of this morning. We have several investigators working towards identifying potential abductors, but as of right now, there is not much evidence. Faculty members state that the boy had been last seen around 4 or 5 in the evening. I began to feel nauseous as the photograph of me appeared on the screen. It was my yearbook picture from last year. Captions for the photograph displayed my name and age. My school and my town above the picture were alternating titles. FBI begins search for child and kidnapping suspect unknown. Potential runaway. The live footage continued in 2 figures as I recognized as my mom and dad stepped up to the podium. Both appeared to have reddened eyes. Tears streamed down my mother's face as she took a hold of the microphone. I'd never seen so much emotion come from my mother before. She wept on live television, stuttering on sentences such as, "Please return my boy back to me," and "I'm so sorry," and "Please come home to us." When my father took the microphone, I nearly expected his attitude to be stone cold, but he too had tears in his eyes. He pleaded to the world to bring his son home safely, and lastly begged for my forgiveness. I know I haven't been the best father, but god damn it, I wish I had been now. Please bring my boy back. I turned the power off shortly after. My emotions were mixed, for I had never once seen my father cry. I felt miserable that my parents were being put through so much, but at the same time I felt relief. I now know how much my mom and dad love me. Nearly 4 weeks have passed, and Dr. Tanner has been treating me with the utmost respect. He leaves me in the morning cuffed to the bed frame, but returns in the afternoon to eat lunch and dinner with me, talk, and play games. I never would have guessed how good Dr. Tanner was at Monopoly or Scrabble. One morning, when Dr. Tanner woke me before heading off to work, I noticed a stern look on his face. I also realized it was 3 hours earlier than when he usually wakes me. You need to watch the news today. No exceptions. I want to keep the television on all day and pay close attention to it. He stated grimly. I of course complied and watched him exit the room. About 2 hours later, breaking news segment interrupted the toothpaste commercial I was watching. The title? Ewan Renman's frown. 2 staunch-looking men in suits stood aside one another and began speaking. We are displeased to bring up such unfortunate news this morning regarding our missing child case from earlier this month. One of the men bowed his head while the one speaking shuffled through some papers. He continued. Remains of the body have been found in a garbage bag beneath a highway overpass. The body appears to be that of a child, although not much of it is left. The body has been decapitated. Much has been burnt to ash and bone. The screen shifted over to a helicopter view of the freeway. Dozens of police cars gathered near the bottom of the tall overpass. The man's voice could still be heard. Within the bag, found a junior high school identification card labeled as such. The screen showed the school ID card I always kept in my backpack. The plastic was sort of melted away, but the photograph and name were intact. After 2 men dismissed themselves, the camera panned over to my parents. They were sitting among reporters. My mother's face held a painful grimace, and my father's sulked his head down into his knees. I shut the television off. Dr. Tanner returned home very late. He hurried into the room, unlocked my cuffs, and placed a bottle of fizzing water into my hand. He placed his hands on my shoulders and smiled. I made you a promise, didn't I? I nodded, tears squeezing their way out of my eyes. You need to make me a promise again, he whispered. I told you that I needed you to drink. He told me that I needed to drink all the water in the bottle and that I would need in it would help me sleep, and that from here on I would never tell anyone that I ever met him. I promised. I told you that I'm the world's best school psychologist in the world, didn't I? And he was right. I awoke later that night to find myself lying in the middle of a park, stars shining brilliantly across the night sky. I recognized the park. It wasn't too far from my school. A mile or so down the road, I saw my house. The lights were off inside, but I could make out my father sitting on the step leading up to the front door. I hesitantly called out to him. He lifted his head slowly, but when he saw it was me, he sprang to his feet, ran towards me, arms open, yelling my name. My mother erupted from the house behind him. Dr. Tanner was right. Things have changed with my family and I. My parents smile more often and treat me lovingly. I could not ask for a more perfect ending. Every now and then I see Dr. Tanner on campus, talking to and from his office. Rarely do we ever make eye contact, let alone speak to one another. But sometimes he'll shoot a wink at me and smile. I'll always keep my promise to him and pretend like I never met him. But there will always be one question, forever floating in my mind. Who did Dr. Tanner decapitate and throw off the overpass? Elmo's World. I fucking love that story. Oh. I got another one if you want another one. I'm trying to make you fall asleep, low-key. Like, I figured that it would happen. Grab. It is called Flick. Let me see if this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Fuck, this is the one. This is the one, guys. This is the one. Okay. I want reversed piano. I type in reverse, and the first thing that comes up is reverb fart. God damn it. I think this is the one that I want. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Click. No. Gotta do that one again. Click. Something had been bugging me all day. Something important. Something that I should remember but couldn't. The more I tried to remember it, the more it eluded me. Typically, if traffic allows, I would be at the station by 7, topping my thermo before anyone in the squad even pulled into the lot. Dorothy would be the only one there, pudging out for her overnight rotation as soon as I sat down at my desk. But traffic day was hell, so I got there at 7:15. And Dorothy looked at me. Wait, hold on. No, wait. I need a click sound effect. Nope. No, don't give me an audio jungle one, you motherfucker. Did you hear that? Audio jungle. No. No, stop. I need like a... No, stop. No. Ooh, I like that one. We'll do that one. Okay. We'll do that one. That's a good one. Okay. But today, traffic was hell, so I got there at 7:15, and Dorothy looked at me with a smirk, as if about to comment on my uncharacteristic time of arrival. It's 7:30. I stared at the calendar, the 5th of March. I still couldn't put a finger on it. What was it about today? I searched the desk for clues, somewhere among the mountains of unorganized paperwork and general desktop clutter. My badge, picture of my wife, statements, court debriefs. I was supposed to be at the courthouse. How on earth did I forget? I checked the time. Shit. 7:45. I was going to be late. Better late than never. I rushed out of the building and into my cruiser. It's a 20-minute drive. I made it 10. 10:15. Coffee was cold. I took a gulp anyway. Lucky guy was off the hook. Entrapment. What a fucking joke. His biddies aren't going to be as lucky. I assured myself. I walked to my cruiser and noticed cars on the road decelerating as they passed by. They always do. Except for that one guy in the black Camaro. He was going at least 15 over. Someone else will get him. I reached in my jacket for a piece of Nicorette. Nothing there. I left them on the kitchen counter. Again. That'd be the 2nd time this week. Riley smokes. I'll get one off him. 2 o'clock. Riley was still on patrol. I was tempted to radio him in just to pass me a butt. The craving made me agitated as hell. At 2:45, I was summoned to the captain's office about a death threat. A threat that was made out to me. Apparently not taking a bribe from the cartel was a death penalty. I declined his offer for time off, but agreed to stop overworking myself. The station seemed quieter than usual today. Something seemed off. A weird vibe in the air. What's with John? Every time I caught him looking my way, he would shift away his glance. Was there something on my face? I ran my hand over my cheek. I forgot to shave today. Fuck it. I was done in 30 minutes anyways. I couldn't wait for that hot shower. 5:20. Traffic was hell again. Raindrops drummed away on the roof of my car. Windshield wipers were making that squeaking sound. An idiot just cut me off. Around 7:05, I pulled into my driveway. My wife's car wasn't there. She's usually home by this time. I stayed in the cruiser for another minute and looked over my shoulders to the left and right, unsure of exactly what I was looking out for. Just instincts at work, I guess. I stepped out of the car and walked to the curb. I saw a black car parked on the side of the road about a half a block down. I couldn't tell the make and model. The pouring rain made it too hard to see. Damn it. If I had a guess, it looked like a Camaro. Like the one I saw speeding away at the courthouse this morning. My muscles tensed. I lowered myself into half crouch, tiptoed back towards the cruiser in the driveway. I ducked behind it and peeked over the entrance of my house. The blinds moved. Someone had been watching me from the inside. I was sure of it. I drew my gun. I think I might just do the click noises myself because they kind of suck. I drew my gun. I went around the side of the back of the house, staying as low to the tread as in the shadow. I should call for backup, I thought. I instinctively grabbed my belt, where that radio was usually hung. Click. Nothing was there. I had left it in the cruiser or at the station, but it wasn't time to ponder about that. I took up my cell phone to call my partner instead. My thumb hovered above the screen. My wife came to mind. I decided to call her first. Made sure she was okay. I dialed her number. It rang. The phone was inside the house, but nobody picked up. Only 2 rings later, the call went to her voicemail. A heavy feeling weighed in my chest. The black car, the death threat. Damn, that was loud. The feeling that bothered me all that day. I pointed my gun straight in front of me and took 3 steps back. I then ran forward and kicked at the door on the spot next to the knob. The door flew open. A split later, someone jumped out from the side. My finger was already on the trigger. I pulled. Bam! 6:15. The lights came on. Dorothy screamed. Riley slowly rose from behind the counter. The others came out of hiding. Their mouths were open, but no one said a thing. My wife was lying in a pool of blood in front of me. Click. It was my birthday. Spooky. Did I ever say the one about how this guy forgot his phone and like that somehow alluded to like him forgetting his child at daycare? Did I ever read that one? Time to read Autopilot. Fuck. Ooh. Ooh. I'll move that over there really quick. Give me a second. Click. Yep. Alright. It's the same story. I don't know why it had NSFW on it. That scared the shit out of me. What's probably scary is that this shit can actually happen. Oh yeah, people fucking accidentally murder each other all the time. All the time. All the time. All the time. We're good at it. Humans are great at it. It's fucking one of our best skills is accidentally killing people. Okay. I want different ambience. Deep space stowaway with fan noise. No. Let's do, empty mall.
In this episode...
Shut the fuck up. Empty mall ASMR, damn it. No. What's this? I don't know why I thought empty mall. City sounds. Ooh, driving. No, I don't want that. Come on, we can find something better. Ooh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check out the whole Gospels of Flood everything just because it's got Chris's name on it. Alright. This one's the autopilot. Autopilot. Have you ever forgotten your phone? When did you realize you'd forgotten it? I'm guessing you didn't just smack your forehead and exclaim, "Damn!" as purpose of nothing. The realization probably didn't dawn on you spontaneously. More likely you reached out for your phone, pawing open your pocket or handbag and were momentarily confused by it not being there. Then you did a mental restep of your morning's events. Shit. In my case, my phone's alarm woke me up as normal, but I realized the battery was lower than I expected. It was a new phone, and I had this annoying habit of leaving applications running to drain the battery overnight. So I put it on charge while I showered instead of putting it into my bag like normal. It was a momentary slip from the everyday routine, but it was all that it took. Once in the shower, my brain got back into the routine. It follows every morning, and that's it. Forgotten. This wasn't just me being clumsy, as I later researched. This is a recognized brain function. Your brain doesn't just work on one level, it works on many. Like when you're walking somewhere, you think about your destination and avoiding hazards, but you don't think about keeping your legs moving properly. If you did, the entire world would be turned into one massive, hilarious quad cosplay. I wasn't thinking about regulating my breathing, I was thinking about whether I should grab coffee on the way to work. I did. I wasn't thinking about moving my breakfast through my intestines. I was wondering whether I'd finish on time to pick up my daughter Emily from nursery after work or get stuck with another late fee. This is the thing. There's a level of your brain that just deals with routine, so the rest of the brain can think about other things. Think about it. Think about your last commute. Do you actually remember? What do you actually remember? Little, if anything. Probably. Most common journeys blur into one, and recalling any one in particular is scientifically proven to be difficult. Do something often enough and it becomes routine. Keep doing it and it stops being processed by the thinking bit of brain and gets regulated to the part of the brain that is dedicated to dealing with routine. Your brain keeps doing it without you even thinking about it. Soon, you think about your work. You would think about your route to work as much as you do keeping your legs moving when you walk. As in, not at all. Most people call it autopilot, but there's danger there. If you have a break in your routine, your ability to remember and account for the break is only as good as your ability to stop your brain from going into routine mode. My ability to remember my phone being on the counter is only as reliable as my ability to stop my brain entering morning routine mode, which would dictate that my phone is actually in my bag, but I didn't stop my brain from entering routine mode. I got in the shower as normal, routine started, exception forgotten, autopilot engaged. My brain was back in the routine. I showered, I shaved, the radio forecast amazing weather. I gave Emily her breakfast and loaded her into the car. She was so adorable that morning. She complained about the bad sun in the morning blinding her, saying it stops her from having a little sleep on the way to the nursery. That was the routine. It didn't matter that my phone was on the counter, charging silently. My brain was in the routine, my phone was in my bag. This is why I forgot my phone. Not clumsiness, not negligence, nothing more than my brain entering routine mode, overriding the exception. Autopilot engaged. I left for work. It's a sweltering hot day already. The bad sun had been burning since before my traitorous absent phone woke me. The steering wheel was burning hot to the touch when I sat down. I think I heard Emily shift over behind my driver's seat to get her out of the glare. But I got to work, submitted the report, attended the morning meeting. It's not until I took a quick coffee break and reached my phone that the illusion shattered. I did a mental restep, remembered the dying battery, I remembered putting it on charge, I remembered leaving it there. My phone was on the counter. Autopilot disengaged. Again, therein lies the danger. Until you have that moment, the moment you reach for your phone and shatter the illusion that the part of your brain is still in routine mode, it has no reason to question the facts of the routine. That's why it's a routine. Attrition of repetition. It's not as if anyone could say, why didn't you remember your phone? Didn't it occur to you? How could you forget? You must be negligent. This is to miss the point. My brain was telling me the routine was completed as normal, despite the fact that it wasn't. It wasn't that I forgot my phone. According to my brain, according to the routine, my phone was in my bag. Why would I think to question it? Why would I check? Why would I suddenly remember out of nowhere that my phone was on the counter? My brain was wired into the routine, and the routine was that my phone was in my bag. The day continued to bake. The morning haze gave way to relentless fever. Heat of the afternoon, tarmac bubbled. The direct beams of heat threatened to crack the pavement. People swapped coffees for iced smoothies. Jackets discarded and sleeves were rolled up. Ties were loosened. Brows mopped. The park slowly filled with sunbathers and barbecues. Window frames threatened to warp. The thermometer continued to swell. Thank fuck the offices were air-conditioned. But as ever, the day gave way to the cooler evening. Another day, another dollar, still cursing myself for getting my phone. I drove home. The day's heat had baked the inside of the car, releasing a horrible smell from somewhere. When I arrived on the driveway, the stones crunching comfortably under my tires, my wife greeted me at the door. Where's Emily? Fuck. As if the phone wasn't bad enough. After everything, I left Emily at the fucking nursery after all. I immediately sped back to the nursery. I got the door and started practicing my excuses, wondering vainly if I could charm my way out of the late fee. I saw a piece of paper stuck to the door. Due to vandalism overnight, please use the side door today only. Overnight? What? The door was fine this morning. I froze. My knees shook. Vandals. Change in the routine? My phone was on the counter. I hadn't been here this morning. My phone was on the counter. I'd driven past because I was drinking my coffee. I'd not dropped off Emily. My phone was on the counter. She moved her seat. I hadn't seen her in the mirror. My phone was on the counter. She'd fallen asleep out of the bad sun. She didn't speak when I drove past her nursery. My phone was on the counter. She changed the routine. My phone was on the counter. She changed the routine. I forgot to drop her off. My phone was on the counter. 9 hours, that car, that hot baking sun. No air, no water, no power, no help. That heat, a steering wheel too hot to touch. That smell. I walked to the door. Numb. Shock. I opened the door. My phone was on the counter, and my daughter was dead. Autopilot disengaged. That one is a little bit more intense. Anyway. How many hours are we in? We're going on 3 here. Oof. I think that's the most amount of reading I've done in a long time. Felix, are you still alive? Hanging in, kinda. It's okay. I'm probably gonna end the stream anyways. Yeah, no, you're fine. Was that story too freaky for you? Are you tired or what? Are you okay? Tired. Okay, I just didn't want to like get canceled for talking about a dead child on fucking stream. That was morely what I was concerned about, that I had upset you or something. Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna throw us into good night, and hopefully everything ends right. I'm gonna leave us on creepy piano stuff. Don't recall what I said? That's fine. That is fine. Anyways. I'm gonna throw us into the good night. So, it's perfect because Felix is falling asleep, so. Let me, I can turn on some Christmas music. Let's do that. This one. Good night, Felix. Sleep tight. Oh, wait, I want this one. Alright, let me do a refresh of it. Let me cut and then cut again. There you go. I'm gonna turn it up to 12 and we'll vibe together.
Beautiful, what's your hurry? Listen to the fireplace roar. Beautiful, please don't hurry. I'll put some records on while I pour. Neighbors might think maybe it's bad out there.
Your feet really stink.
Your eyes are like starlight now. I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell. Mind if I move in close? What's the sense of her?
Oh, by the way, guys, tomorrow we will be doing Christmas tree decorating with Mom, and I'm also going to be shaving my head. So if you are interested in watching that, tune in tomorrow night. Stay cool, you guys.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Huggers!
Good night, you guys. Stay cool.
How lucky that you dropped in. Look out the window at that storm. Gosh, your lips look delicious. Waves upon a tropical shore. Ooh, your lips are delicious. Never such a blizzard before. Maybe you'd freeze out there.
Lend me a coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been great.
I feel when I touch your hand. How can you do this thing to me?
There's bound to be talk
Think of my lifelong